muster enough against Ianson, who seems to be in complete control of the full arsenal.
3-2, Ethan Fry. Come on back. Big hits in this game from Fry. Had that double and the RBI. Stanfield had a huge hit with 2 RBIs. So did Curiel. Jared Jones had a big hit. 3-2. Hard on the ground. The dive underneath the glove of Dooley to third base. And Holden there with a big turn. And still challenging over there. Curiel. Another hard hit ball, this time off the bat of Fry, who's got 2 hits today.
This is such a fast surface. This is 110, boys. You don't have a whole lot. Watch Josh Jordan here. He's thinking about sending him, KP. He got backing up fast. Yes, he was. He decided to put the brakes. A ground ball to shortstop at 110 that had so much juice on it that it got all the way out there in the gap and almost scored Curiel from first base.
We're running about 14 on the stimp right now. It is
They're rolling out.
It is zipping through this infield.
So this inning started with Jake Brown, who's on deck. So Milam, 9th guy to the plate.
Oh, that's outside.
The Tigers, who belted 103 homers, hit 296, scored 531 runs this season, are flexing here in this inning. 1-1. Milam singled his first time up, and this has been the most clutch guy for them during the tournament. Pops it up shallow right field. Anybody going to get it? Pato coming. Watch it. Ooh, was that close? Ended up in the glove of Barthol, the second baseman. And that was close. The game's not close right now. The Tigers of LSU have exploded for 4. ESPN's presentation of the Men's College World Series on ABC returns after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Only in theaters.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot.
LSU always plays better when they are 2
Ice works
outs.
fast, heat makes it
I don't understand. I've been watching all year,
so
but
back.
that's just what happens, man.
Businesses are the backbone of our communities.
Championship
And Bank of
goals.
America is the best bank for small and medium-sized businesses.
People win this flawless.
With over 3,700 dedicated business specialists across the nation, we're on your corner.
Our fans are
and
getting
in
into
your
it in
corner.
the stadium.
Because when businesses prosper,
looks like it's getting out of
communities thrive. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/localbusiness.
All right, KP, who you got catching this ball?
Well, I was wrong. I thought it was Pato, but watch right until the last minute. Just throw that glove out there.
Gosh.
Just throw that glove out there. Nope, not that glove, that glove.
Wow.
The other glove, and it ends up right in it. And, I mean, that's a really big play, too, because that scores at least one. I mean, probably just one, but adds the LSU lead.
Walker Mitchell starts off with the first pitch. This one is tailing towards the right fielder and ends up in Brown's glove. Yeah, the wind playing tricks with it. We've talked about it. And you have to be ready no matter where you are in the field. Where the ball starts, it's guaranteed not to finish there.
They talk about it so often, too. I mean, the importance of going and throwing a 0 up after your guys go out and put some on the board. And I think it's extremely important right now for Ianson. You get 4, that LSU lead is extended, and he gets 1 pitch on 1 out to start it. And 1 out on 1 pitch, too.
Try harder.
Well, the formula for LSU this season has been these two dynamite pitchers. We saw what Anderson did last night, and it was always followed up by Ianson. They're 1 and 3 in strikeouts in the country. That's a short list of two great pitchers on great teams.
It's a short list and very distinguished.
Very. And this one is on the infield. Ianson's going to get out of the way. That's smart when you got a 280-pound first baseman coming in to make the play. Cole and Bauer on the list. Leiter and Rocker are on the list. So there you go. Those are first-round picks everywhere.
Townsend and Neiman.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Good, and that's the list. Ianson and Anderson.
There's no more.
I read the same notes that you guys did.
But do you like the list?
I love the list.
Yeah, I think
you like good pitching. Yes.
Yeah. I think that's a graphic you want to find your name on.
Oh, that's outside.
Coastal had a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second. They also were doing it without their head coach and their first base coach, who were both thrown out in the bottom of the first inning. Something you rarely if ever see in a World Series game at any level. But for arguing and then prolonged arguing, they.
This is my Air Max 95. My city.
My street.
Ended. Let's just say this will be a discussion point in Conway, South Carolina, and other places as well. Trying to go 1-2-3 here in the fourth. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Coastal's 56-12. They were in the Big South in 2016 and they won it all. And then about like 10 hours later, they joined the Sun Belt.
Oh, that's inside.
Just missed in, and that's a walk. There will not be a 1-2-3 inning. KP, I don't know if you've gotten the same research packet that we did, but this is kind of summing it up. The dynamic duos.
This is
Neiman and Townsend.
We're good.
You go west. You see the masks, the superhero masks they're wearing, and the capes. It's kind of like the towel you have strung over your shoulder. I think that's a superpower.
Very similar.
All top 10 picks too.
That's a formula that will get you to Omaha, not win you a championship. Have 2 of those guys.
Ace. Usually works out okay.
Yeah, look, they've created their own good fortune. But if you had a script for Jay Johnson, it would be to get a complete game from Anderson last night. Like literally, or get a big lead and have him come out in the 8th inning. And it worked out for him ideally. 130 pitches he threw. You know, if you were asking him, you'd have Ianson and then you'd hand it over to Kason Evans with a comfortable lead to try to finish it. We're still far away from that. But if you had a little notebook, this would be what it looked like.
But he told us there's no way they can win this thing without Anderson, Ianson, and Evans throwing big innings. He's got a chance to win this thing with only those 3 dudes.
Yes, he does.
Mijos, who has a homer, can pull him within 2 if he can do it again on a 1-2. Outside, 2-2. For Dean, it was his 3rd of the year and his first since March 15th against Georgia Southern. Again, the injury may have had something to do with it. But one swing, getting it up in the wind down that left field line could do a lot for Coastal. Instead, end of the bat, Dickinson bobbles it, and he'll have no play. Looks like it went in and out of the heel. So first and second.
Yeah, all part of the surface that these infielders are going to have to deal with. Now, it is dry and it is fast, and every hop can come up and bite you. And that's one of those difficult backhand plays where you really are hoping the ball hugs the ground all the way to the glove, and instead that last hop comes up just enough where it hits him in the heel. And it was going to be a tough throw anyway, but makes the catch that much more difficult. That'll go down as a hit, though.
I know.
First look at the LSU pitching coach, Nate Yeski.
I think good time to go out and chat. We were talking about it a minute ago, the importance of throwing a 0 up after your guys go out and put some runs on the board. And it was 2 really quick outs in this inning. And you go walk-in field single, and Coastal's a ball and a gap away from really flipping the momentum back on their side right here. Ianson a pitch away from getting the Tigers back in the dugout.
Well, LSU does it again, and one of their calling cards has been a big inning. They've had at least one 3-run inning. All 3 of their wins at the World Series. They got 4 in the 4th. The Men's College World Series Championship Finals close to wrapping up here. Will we have another day tomorrow? For more information, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Dooley has been known to come up with a big hit for the Chants. Looks the one outside.
That's what we're back to, isn't it, Raph? Who's going to get that big hit? Yeah. I mean, clearly they've dug themselves a hole, and now it's just a matter of, can you keep this thing within striking distance here in the middle part of the ball game and not let the Tigers run away from you?
Well, that's been their calling card all year. You know, whether you get on via hit, walk, hit by pitch, and then start getting into some coastal baseball. Move them along, drag, bunt, get on base, put pressure on the defense. In there, and it's 1-2, and they haven't been able to do that through a game and 4 innings.
That's 3 straight curveballs. See if he stays with it. That's especially against left-handers. When Ianson gets into a jam, that is what he is most comfortable with.
Dooley hitting almost 400 runners in scoring position. He got jammed. The runners were off coastal baseball, but they have to go back. Thorndike was halfway to third when Ianson let the ball go.
Yeah, great jump right there. Obviously, the hitter's got a 2-strike count, so he's got to protect on a fastball that was just boring in on his knuckles. Dooley fights that one off, but Ianson just continues to keep these hitters off balance. As you said, KP, tripled up with the big breaking ball, and then 95 right on the inside edge.
Gets the sign. Here we go on a 1-2. He got him swinging. And for Ianson, that is strikeout number 7. They continue to be unable to come up with a big hit. Anderson and Ianson have a lot to do with it.
Only 2 that have been out there so far for LSU, and both have sparkled. Ianson doing it on the mound tonight. The Tigers lead it by 4.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon. Only in theaters.
You can fit a lot of vacation into a weekend. Book your next weekend getaway with Vrbo.
Your brain with Allegra versus some allergy medications during rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy. But Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this.
Woo! We're nailing it.
Yeah, come on. like a boss. Right on time.
Coach, you called the team around, you had a meeting. What did you want to let them know to try and get everything back settled down?
Number one, there's a lot of game left. To stay self-disciplined. You know, we can't afford for somebody else to get thrown out of this game and you know, to come together. You know, we've done it all year long. It's about the brotherhood, about us coming together and fighting, you know, one pitch at a time.
What do you need at the plate to be able to string some hits together against Ianson?
Man, he's throwing well. He's really good. So we just got to keep grinding, man. We got to keep chipping away, try to limit the chases and put good swings on the baseball.
I appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Right after the ejection, Oxendine, again, a guy who's no stranger to leading the charge, 3 years as a head coach, brought the group together, tried to recenter them on playing ball and not letting their emotions get too far out in front of them. Easy to do in a big game like that, especially when your skipper gets tossed. But they got their hands full with the Tigers across the field from them, and it feels like they've settled back into that part of it. Now the question is, can they just settle this Tiger offense down and produce enough of their own to make this thing a game late?
One ball, one strike. Brown led off the fourth. Here he is leading off the fifth. There's a whole bunch of pro prospects on this team, obviously Ianson and Anderson. But as a position player goes, if you base it just on the World Series, you'd think there's like 7 of them. This is the one they believe has the most potential at the next level, but not there as Brown is retired. Back to the first inning where it got real wild and bizarre. You see Angel Campos right here. He will look over and talk to Kevin Schnall, who's coming out, and right there he says go back. Then he says go back again. Another 2 or 3 times, and he kept coming out. He didn't listen to that.
He gave him a few chances. I still think it was too early. I don't think you run him in that situation, but he did give him a few chances to head back.
I just think it was important to show it wasn't just
You're right.
one.
No,
you're right. It wasn't as quick as it maybe initially appeared. And it was also clear that the initial warning was because of Matt Schilling.
Yes,
he points at Matt Schilling, points to the dugout, and then, as you would think a skipper would do, Kevin Schnall, he's sticking up for his guy, and that's at the point where it got real confrontational.
And again from the NCAA, so ejected, and a 2-game suspension came for not leaving once you're told to leave. Both of them prolonged arguing. That's where you get the extra game or games.
I think you did a nice job. I think our crew did a nice job there of showing all that. And Ravi, I know you were very specific about. He did give him a couple chances. Now, I think KP, I think you're right. I think 2 things can be true. By the book, Angel Campos probably gave him enough chances.
Correct.
Considering the situation, I would have liked to see him be way over the top patient with Kevin Schnall there and just really be as graceful as he possibly can with asking the head coach to get back to the dugout.
Almost pleading with him. Like, look, I'm going to throw you out of here if you don't do this. You've seen that. This one is roped to right. And you can tell Jared Jones has kind of refound his stroke. And there is Ianson, who's back into the dugout. 5th time this year that he has 7 or more strikeouts through 4 innings. 9 is his highest. He's done that a couple of times. Struck out 15 in a game. He made a couple of 12 strikeout games. And he's well on his way. Because of what he's doing today, I mean, are we literally looking at scouts and teams while he's projected at 37? Could he possibly move up a little bit just based on what he does here?
Well, it's not hurting him.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And the nice thing about the draft is it only takes one to really like you.
It's true.
If there's scouting director or a GM that has really liked what they've seen with Ianson, yeah, you could see him moving up some. Only remaining answer for Kate Anderson: how high does he go with the first round, and potentially could he go first?
Transfer out of UC San Diego.
Tritons.
UC Triton. think the reason you saw Jay Johnson gather his offensive players there was to maybe give Einstein just another couple of minutes in between innings, rehydrate, cool off. On the corner, they go 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Morrison out of the game, his shortest outing of the season, most runs he's allowed. The Hernandez family watching on, and that one hit hard on the ground. Dooley has been very smooth at shortstop, and he's there to make the play. Bottom of the 5th, coming up. Ianson back to the bump, sitting on 7 Ks at a 4-run lead.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu. Sunshine.
About the best ever. On the verge of an 8th Men's College World Series title, LSU's case for best ever college baseball program is hard to dispute. All those trips to Omaha, all those All-Americans in all those dog piles. We call that timeless. And that's why the Tigers are the greatest of all time.
For sure, recent times, 20 trips to the World Series in the last 4 decades, so half the time they've been here. The most titles come from USC, but they haven't won one since 1998. Of course, LSU just a couple of years ago. Texas now a member of the SEC and ASU. Last year, all SEC, ACC. This year, a far more diverse field. But it's an SEC-dominated sport right now.
Yeah, and the Tigers are looking to add a 6th straight title to the Southeastern Conference, and their 4th of this century, which separates them from the pack. And Oregon State and them are the only 2 with 3 this century.
Yep. One down. There's Jeff and Christie smiling. You're right. Sung's doing a great job.
Let's go, kid! Yeah, yes, he won.
That's a swing. Ianson dealt with a stomach issue when he was young. He couldn't eat, and he kept losing weight. They finally got him to a hospital. They were able to diagnose what was going on. For a while, he was getting by on chewing Pringles down to like the tiniest, just so he could swallow. It was a real issue and real concern. But obviously, they were able to, thanks to the hospital out west, get him right. He's getting set to move on to professional baseball. 2-2 to Sykes. That's going to be a hit. He goes the other way with it. Go with Coastal again, having runners. They got to be able to figure out a way to get him in.
Yeah, leadoff man on. They haven't been able to do that very much. Look at the assortment today for Ianson. So we talked about the importance of that curveball, then the slider. 2 different shapes, 2 different speeds. He uses them 2 different ways. And the ability to throw that pitch out away from the lefty too. And then the fastball has still been up to 95, 96 miles an hour today. So it is that combination that as a hitter you cannot go up and feel like you're going to see any kind of a pattern. Ianson keeps you guessing, but now Coastal leadoff man on at the top of the order.
And a good base runner. Sykes has 18 steals. He fakes and comes back as Caden Bodine looks at ball 1. Another future 1st-round draft pick. Kid who grew up a Philadelphia Phillies fan. Struggled here in Omaha. You expected great things. He was the circle guy. You couldn't let beat you. This time he golfs one to left. Curiel reads it well and tracks it down. More frustration for Bodine, who's worked on getting that power the other way.
A pretty nice piece of hitting right there, just didn't get it elevated enough. That ball's got a chance to probably get in the bullpen there if he launches it just a little bit higher, but solid contact nonetheless. Hey, now. Was that a shirt or a pant?
I was going to ask. I believe it was skin. But given the humidity and the temperature, I think you'd see
it's got to be a shirt, right?
Pretty good holding power there.
Yeah, I think that's a shirt because it's got a tail. And he's a human.
Not supposed to have a tail.
It's supposed to have a tail.
Great point.
You know, that was the give. That was the dead give right there.
That's good stuff.
Found out. So there's an establishment.
Yeah.
You found out that?
Oh yeah, I was informed of that.
Slow roller, Braswell fields, and he is a terrific third baseman. He fires across to get Alexander.
You know, Chris, we've talked about this LSU fan base getting to their feet when Braswell comes up just because he's been struggling so much offensively. He was really good defensively yesterday, and this is the reason why he's in the game.
Yeah, he can really pick it and throw the ball accurately, too. There was a couple throws yesterday where he had no margin for error. See how quick that transfer is there.
There was a bunch of kids after yesterday's win that sat around waiting for him to come up just so that they could get his autograph after last night's win.
That's phenomenal, and you kind of get the sense that maybe some encouragement from some adults. Go over there and get his autograph.
Yeah.
We need him. And by the way, you could make the case he was the most valuable player not named Anderson on the field yesterday.
Yeah, in a 1-0 game. I mean, the plays he made, specifically the bunt play, he was able to make at first base, really had a chance to impact the game if he's not able to finish those off.
Tell you what, folks, just a hit to get another run in, a little momentum. They need something, right? Just something.
Yes. I mean, the one run so far scored in these finals is a solo home run for Coastal.
This is on the ground. The scouting has been great. It is directly at Dickinson. The Ionsons are happy. LSU is happy. It is 5-1. ESPN's presentation of the Men's College World Series on ABC returns after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, only in theaters.
You can fit a lot of vacation into a weekend. Book your next weekend getaway with Vrbo.
Nachos, but the real winner is T-Mobile. They've got the trophies to prove it.
Okay. How about you, Donald?
T-Mobile home internet. Did you know their mesh extends your Wi-Fi coverage?
Didn't know that. I'm starting to think maybe security let the wrong guys in.
We're the right guys, but since you brought up security, T-Mobile has advanced cybersecurity.
I guess the winner tonight is whoever has T-Mobile home internet. Touchdown! This is baseball.
Get T-Mobile's award-winning home internet. Get up to $300 back in our 5-year price guarantee.
The Johnson Brothers Ford 44th anniversary sale is on. It's your last chance to score big with employees.
Student-athlete scholarships from Capital One. On the men's side, the Buckeyes. On the women's side, North Carolina. And oftentimes you see similar schools on each side. Not this year. Push here.
Oh boy.
And is he off? He is off. A difficult play fielded by Hayden Johnson, and he dragged Thorndike away from the bag. Stanfield's aboard.
I got a little worried when he spun. Let's see if Thorndike holds it just long enough. Looks like he does.
I think he's on there.
Yeah, this will be overturned here, as it looked like he was off, but the foot still engaged with the bag right before he comes off.
Coastal Carolina challenging the safe call at first. The previous call is under video review.
What do you think goes through the umpire's mind, Campos, after that whole situation unfolds? Like, is that I had, and again, we're speculating, but I had no choice. I really didn't want to. I regret doing it.
I think some of it, and this is pure speculation, is just like you're telling one team, okay, we got to settle down. Probably got to settle down a little bit behind home plate too. There's just the natural human emotions that.
After video review, the call at first will be overturned. The runner is out. Coastal Carolina retains their challenge. They have 2 challenges left.
Well, to that point, he's done a nice job behind the plate.
His ball strikes, I mean, his strike zone's been very good.
You'd think that would maybe cause you to lose your focus and kind of live in that moment, but he seems to have moved on and done a nice job calling balls and strikes.
The 8th hitter is Daniel Dickinson, single and a sacrifice for the Tigers. They fooled him there.
We talk about this Coastal staff and plenty about Morrison, rightfully so. It's the second best ERA in the country. I mean, they have the ability to hold it right where it is. It's just whether or not this offense can get it going.
Gets the call on the outside corner. He protects there, and that one is just foul. Boy, that ball was taken out of Bodine's glove and nearly a fair ball.
Well, he knew the whole time because he barely left the batter's box, but this ball did not miss by much. Look, Dickinson was certain this thing was going to be foul, but I don't think he thought about how hard that wind's blowing the other direction. It kept it straight and almost caught some chalk.
We got to make that play in the stands. I mean, that's the advantage of having that seat. He's the only guy.
He chased. He's gone.
Are you suggesting that you make that play?
Oh, yeah. You don't think I make that play?
No.
You're out of your mind.
I don't. No. Try harder, pal.
You guys are talking about how hot it is. The dirt's quick, and now you're going to rip a guy in the stands for not picking it up?
He did. He did. I did.
This is positive reinforcement, Rab. How are you going to get better if you don't get reinforcement?
KP, that guy had literally the same beard you have. I mean, the
beard?
exact. Yeah, look.
Just want to make sure there's a D on the end of that.
Same beard. That.
And you're dogging him.
I'm not dogging him. I'm just trying to help.
Needs a towel. He'd be perfect.
A couple years ago at the Little League World Series, KP and I were doing a game.
Yeah.
Foul ball right back up to the booth.
Clanked it?
No.
Oh, nailed it.
Ducked and said, did you? Did you? Like, did I what?
Oh.
Catch that? I said, yeah, I had it right here. I caught it.
So hold on. He didn't even attempt to catch it.
Attempt?
And,
no, he went over there. But let's go split screen here.
That is
KP,
a good
if you have
looking
that hat and glasses.
That is a good looking human. I got to meet that guy afterwards. Compliment him on his beard, not his hands.
I feel like his beard trim's a little cleaner than yours.
Got to tighten mine up today.
We got a white. You got glasses and a white hat up here. That is you.
Yeah, he's
good
winning.
looking human.
1-0 him.
Anytime Braswell does something, they are going to root for him hard, and he draws the walk. Tiger fans, when they have a team in Omaha, also when they don't, but when they have a team in Omaha, they tend to take over the city. And whenever there's a competition, they'll go and win it.
They tend to finish first.
After LSU's win over Arkansas on Wednesday night, I was asking Jay Johnson what it was like, you know, how late are you staying up? He said 2:30 in the morning. Said the problem is just trying to get to the lobby of our hotel. It took me 90 minutes from the time I walked through the front door just to get to my room. Then once I'm up there, Trey Morgan, former player, was in town for the minor leagues. He says, hey, coach, I'm here to see you. He's like, you're going to have to come up here because I ain't going to be able to get back down there.
Well, the hotel we're staying at, and it's a great hotel. It's literally a walk of about 4 minutes. But when we got there, Coastal and Arizona were both in it. Obviously, Arizona left early. When there are vacancies in the hotel and LSU is staying, it becomes an LSU hotel. It would take Jay Johnson maybe 60 minutes to get through the lobby of a hotel that's not an LSU hotel because there's so many LSU folks there. So he's got two that he really, if he wants to get to his room quick and get on the horn and maybe call a recruit, not happening at 2 hotels now. And I'm guessing more than that.
Yeah, you can file that in the category of problems that are good ones.
Yeah.
As problems go, that's one you wouldn't mind.
There it is, the mighty Hilton. Home away from home for 10 days. And they take good care of you. It is the hotel if you want to be real close.
We got 2-0 here.
Oh, Bo, shut piece. Bo is like, I'm feeling pretty good. 5-1, 6th inning. I'll pay attention if it gets tight.
Those guys don't fan, too. Bo's living right.
Curiel wasn't allowed to bring Bo on campus this last year because he was living in a dorm. So it's going to be a little more lively for Bo next year because they're going off campus. And guess what? Bodolino is going to go with him.
Got to get that spelling changed.
B-E-A-U-X, currently just like Bo Jackson. Is that like a legal thing you have to go through?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Kyle would know.
Elbow fell.
In and out of the glove of Bodine. Jared Jones and Milam have 4 dogs in their living space. And the Companion Animal Alliance announced Milam will be donating $100 for every home run and extra base hit he had this season to the Baton Rouge Animal Shelter. It's a very, very cool animal-friendly team. He is gone. They will not add to it. Coastal's got to get something going. We go bottom 6. It's 5-1 Tigers. They're getting close to another title.
Somehow you can make a heart of gold from this heart of stone.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, only in theaters.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot, you're so back.
We are back, and you take a look at the score. It is 5-1 LSU. Coastal Carolina last night, they had a ton of base runners in traffic, and they couldn't punch any in. They got one. They got it early. They had a lead, but since then have fallen behind. And we'll see if they can, over the last 4 innings, get something going. How about a 167 average? And again, a lot of the credit goes to Anderson and Ianson.
Yeah, I mean, this was the formula when Jay Johnson showed up here to start this College World Series. He knew if he could win game one against Arkansas, he had a chance.
Center field, little late jump. Stanfield dives and he makes the play. A difficult read, but Stanfield stabs a web gem here at the World Series.
And this is that rocket where first glance, you got to be sure that this is a ball you can charge, and then the wind is dancing with it a little bit too. You see Stanfield just hesitate for their little half step to the side, and then realize that ball was nose diving. You got to get to the ground and finish that one off. Nice play by the Tigers center fielder.
One of a handful of transfers that Jay Johnson went out, got, and have been impactful in center field. Ianson and Anderson had 15 starts combined with 10 or more punch-outs. And both have 4 starts where they've pitched 7 or more innings. And Anderson added to the total, obviously, with what he did yesterday.
But the script that Jay Johnson hoped would unfold throughout the course of this has gone almost to the letter.
Yeah.
Now, maybe Wednesday night had a few scenes in there he didn't see coming on, but it has been a clinic here by the Tigers, especially on the pitching side of things.
On the ground, there's no chance over there at third for Braswell. Again, now back-to-back hard hits, just one to show for it. As Pato is down there at first with his first hit today. I'm glad you brought up Wednesday. The significance of that wild game was huge for LSU. That was the Jared Jones walk-off single. If LSU was forced to play the 10th inning, Johnson said that he likely would have turned to Evans to pitch in that game. Evans is available today. That was the game of inches. Just went off the glove, but they were going to make decisions that would have affected these games.
And Ianson would have been in those decisions as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he was up playing catch a little bit, then sat down, but
it may have been Ianson. It was either going to be Ianson or Evans, and it may have been Ianson that night. Good off speed.
Looks like Casey Evans is ready to go to the bullpen maybe at the end of this inning.
He's got his hiking gear on. I'm thinking you're right. One out, the 0-2.
He is spinning that breaking ball now. The shape of that breaking ball, the true 12-6, and then of course he can throw that harder slider, but the elevated fastball off of that 12-6 curveball look is just giving Coastal fits here in this ball game. See if he climbs the ladder here with that fastball.
Filthy. Looked like he may have pulled the string, and another strikeout gives him 8 in the game.
Yeah, he'll get this slider on the arm side sometimes will almost, it'll remind you of a changeup because of the action that it has. It's moving away from the left-handed hitter a little bit, but has really good down at the end. And it's what makes him so different. It's not just the ability to throw 2 different breaking balls, it's to throw that on both sides of the plate.
That's a hard one there. They've been on in 14 of 15 innings, 2 for 24 with runners on.
Just haven't been able to sustain any momentum offensively. They've had their base runners.
Mijos got one up into the wind that carried out of the ballpark down the left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Corky, what makes him hard to hit?
I think you look at his splits, and it's a little less than 50% fastball. So he forces you into uncomfortable situations where you really can't predict what he's coming with. And then all the stuff is plus too. So it's a real bender, a nasty slider, and then the velocity at 95, 96. It's just hard to let it travel too deep. You know the book is that you got to look for spin because he's going to give it to you actually a little more than half the time. Yet he sneaks the heater in there with plus velocity enough too where it's hard to really sometimes buy into that scouting report because the fastball, it's real. I mean, you're talking 95, 96. So I just don't think the college hitter sees a lot of guys that have velocity and can shape the breaking ball as well as Ianson does.
Sitting on 8 strikeouts, and it's a 2-2 to Dean Mijos. He's gone. That's 9 for Anthony Ianson. Similar to Anderson last night, there is some bend, but no break. And as a result, Coastal hasn't been able to break through on the scoreboard.
He's just leaning on the breaking balls today, and the slider finishes off Mijos right here. Anthony Ianson can smell the finish line right now to the 7th. It's 5-1 LSU.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon, only in theaters.
Your brain with Allegra versus some allergy medications during rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy. But Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this.
Woo! We're nailing it.
Yeah, come on. Like a boss. Right on time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference. Available at Walmart. It's a no-brainer.
At Powering Chicago, we power what matters. From the most mission-critical projects like hospitals, transportation hubs, and data centers, IBEW Local 134 electricians and the Electrical Contractors Association build the complex systems Chicagoland relies on. Experience the expertise a Powering Chicago member can bring to your next project with a commitment to safety and training. Find your next electrical contractor at poweringchicago.com. We power what matters.
The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? 2 Coastal coaches, including the head coach, Kevin Schnall, ejected bottom 1. Bottom 2, a solo homer. And it feels like the Chanticleers may be using some of that energy until it was tied in the 3rd, and then 4 runs on 4 hits in the 4th inning. That and the silencer, Anthony Ianson on the mound, as the Tigers 9 outs away from an 8th College World Series title. Think about what he's done in this game and the 10 punch-outs from Cade Anderson yesterday. And that's how LSU has gone 52-15 on the season. And now it's Darren Horn on the mound for Coastal Carolina.
A little different look here too for Horn. Low 3/4, almost a sidearm action. Sinker slider, going to try to work that fastball at the bottom of the zone.
24 1/3 innings pitched, 30 strikeouts. And Ethan Fry has himself a good day. Ouch. Angel didn't like the feeling of that one.
That is some late movement right there, and Bodine just flat missed it.
He's had a few of those. Yeah. For Ethan Fry, shoulder injury at the end of the 24 season, surgery. Jay Johnson said this guy has handled everything successfully on the ground. It's going to be the second baseman, Barthol, to throw him out. Mr. Baseball in Louisiana in 2022. Back-to-back state championships for Fry. Quarterback the Rose Pine football team. And folks in Southwest Louisiana and Rose Pine in particular will not forget Ethan Fry anytime soon. He's a good man. And now the monster Milam. Ball 1. History of big hits. You can go back to the 2024 SEC tournament. Remember that home run that he had and basically got LSU into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, hard to believe that just a year ago they showed up to Hoover just fighting to get in. Then they almost won the Chapel Hill Regional, otherwise known as Chapel Thrill. Credit to Mike Monaco.
There were some walk-offs in that series, weren't there?
Sure were. The Tigers ended up kind of catching fire there down the stretch and almost advanced through that regional.
Oh.
But they went back to work in the offseason, picked up some pieces, Anthony Ianson being probably the most impactful. And you know, I'm sure they hoped he could be a real SEC weekend arm. I don't know that they quite knew they were getting a first rounder, but he certainly turned into that.
And I don't know that you could see that Anderson was going to make that big of a jump. I mean, didn't pitch a whole lot last year. Just as a freshman this year, became one of the best in the country.
Yeah, you got a left-hander that pitched primarily out of the bullpen, and a transfer from UC San Diego that's turned into one of the best duos in modern college baseball history, with the list there on top 3 in the country in strikeouts.
What's the projectable part of that? Body size, stuff? How do you look at somebody and think, you know, in a year he could take that step?
Well, we saw Anderson last year. It was pretty easy to see that it was a special fastball and a real curveball, and it didn't take a genius to figure out that's a different looking left-hander. And he could come in there and run it up to 94, 95 miles an hour. As the season unfolded, he started to have a bunch of success. And they would tell you, like, hey, we think this dude's next.
Savings are always on the menu with the Flex Your Credits electricity plan from Reliant.
Real ace. Of course, you got to develop from a coaching staff standpoint. They did all the things behind the scenes to make that happen.
Well, I think, maybe the point is, you know, once you get a guy, whether it's through the portal or recruiting him, it's your ability to develop him.
Right.
You know, you can see all that stuff, but you still gotta take the paint and put it on the easel and then make it look like a work of art.
Nate's pretty good at that.
Yeah.
When I loved how Kevin Shaw was talking about the Cam Fluke story, like the same kind of deal. Like, okay, yeah, it wasn't perfect as a freshman,
but he sort of had, and maybe
you got to coach this kid, right?
Yeah. And that's maybe the story. Yeah. There's a pretty good, healthy, long relationship between Schnall and Jay Johnson that goes back to their days when they were both out there pounding the pavement, going to different fields. He was at San Diego at the time, and Schnall was an assistant at Coastal, and they would bump into each other all the time on these recruiting trips. And because they did that, they got to know each other. They got to like each other. Johnson told a funny story that since they were in different brackets, Schnall reached out to him when they got to Omaha via text and says, why do your outfielders play so deep? He's like, well, wait a minute. I
don't know if I want to tell you.
I can answer that question right now.
But there's a lot of similarities between Schnall and Johnson, no doubt about it. Both of them are not afraid to turn over every stone to find an advantage, and are both relentless recruiters.
Yeah, maniacal. And I think that those are victories that they take as much pride in almost as the victories that you get on the field, because the first victory's got to be, we found him, we identified him, and turned him into something special.
Yeah.
Sinker slider guy, KP. This could run right into the bat path of Jared Jones here. Watch if you throw a sinker over middle plate. This is exactly what Jared Jones is gifted at doing, getting below the baseball and elevating it.
Third in program history, Eddie Furness sits atop the list, 80 homers. Brad Cressy is second with 78. Underneath it. Barthol drifting, finding it, dropping it. Every time the ball goes up in the air, it's going to be a difficult one, and you could see Barthol fighting the wind. Had it and dropped it.
So difficult. I mean, he made one of the best catches you will ever see earlier in this ball game, and coming from a shifted position, just staring into that bright sky, dealing with the wind, and right at the very end, just unable to secure that catch. Oh man, that's a heartbreaker. Fortunately for him, I don't know that Jake Brown necessarily had the gas pedal down. That could have gotten interesting if he was really busting it. Josh Jordan has to put the brakes on there.
Outside to Elise Hernandez. That ball was up in the air, guys, for 5.6 seconds. So it had the ability to be impacted by the wind for over 5 seconds. And now Hernandez will try to bring Brown in. Right there for a strike. Runaway. We got a runaway ball here. Dirt quick everywhere. You got Brown down there at third, Jones at first. And Hernandez could put a nail in it here, but no, he cannot. 8 and 9 to get him. 7th, 8th, and 9th innings still left. It's still a 5-1 game. It's been that way since the 4th. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for Coastal. The Chants need something big to happen.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Only in theaters.
Your brain with Allegra versus some allergy medications during rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy. But Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this.
Woo! We're nailing it.
Yeah, come on. Like a boss. Right on time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference. Available at Walmart. It's a no-brainer.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
What's eerily similar is in 2016, we lost game 1, 3-0. A left-hand pitcher threw a complete game shutout. Again, we've got to respond, rebound, regroup. We got Jacob Morrison pitching tomorrow. Answer the bell.
Well, the bell is ringing, and it's getting louder as we get later. Here's the silver lining. Coastal 25-12 in games after trailing, which is the best winning percentage in Division I, and they've done it 4 times in the tournament. The problem for them is Ionson's been really good. There are well-rested arms, including Evans, available for Jay Johnson.
You could really feel the shift change emotionally inside the Coastal dugout when Morrison got pulled. You know, early in the game, you felt like there was this energy of we got something to prove, and then after that, it's been pretty quiet down here.
Hold on, Tom, they got him, got him.
Well, a hit batter to start this inning, and yeah, Chris, I completely can see how that would happen because Morrison was so deflated when he came off. It almost permeated that dugout.
Oh boy. Here we go again, fellas.
We're going down the road of did he lean in? No. I'm going no on that.
You got no?
I got no on that. He tried to get out of the way.
I have yes on that.
I think he was in the middle of a turn. That looked like exactly what Bodine did twice last night.
LSU is challenging the hit by pitch ruling on the field.
What say you? You break the tie.
Let me look at it again. Because at first with Dickinson last night, I didn't think so. And then the more I saw, I mean, gosh, guys, I mean, at first the knee goes out, but then he turns. I'm with you. Like the first move is the one that I think is a little worrisome. But then he's turning from there. I mean, the problem I'm looking at it from the the standard that we've set here.
That I agree with.
You know, that's what's difficult to predict.
This is a big spot right here for Coastal. When you get the leadoff man on, you need something offensively to happen. You're close to turning this lineup over.
The LSU fans not going to be happy if this one doesn't get overturned.
Can you imagine if they looked at every one of their 178 hit by pitches?
But it feels like all the head coaches have just decided they're going to automatically look at HBPs just because of the way they've been overturned this week.
I haven't seen a rash breakout of overturned hit by pitches like I have this week. I haven't.
After video review, the call on the field is confirmed. The batter did get hit by the pitch.
Way to go, ref.
Did you just fist pump because you were right?
No, my stomach was bothering me.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Would I fist pump that? No. I sit here and gloat. Right call. Not a gloater. But you're right. That is a big leadoff runner. They hit 314, 7th inning or later. Sykes with a single his last time up. Say this too about Ianson, KP. It looks the same. The delivery, the stress, first inning, third inning, fifth inning, here in the 7th. It never changes.
No, he's been a really cool customer throughout this.
Oh, this one hit hard to left. Curiel back. Wall. Jumps gone. Just like that. Well, Sykes brings Coastal within a couple. And we got ourselves a game again.
All right. Leadoff man goes on, or gets on, and now your 9-hole man does something he hasn't done a whole lot this year, but changes his ball game with one swing.
The first couple home runs here at the Men's College World Series, right on time from two, I don't know, unlikely candidates, but clutch swings, and boy, this feels like a brand new ball game now, fellas.
I'd say unlikely. Mijos hit his 3rd. Sykes just hit his 4th of the season. Can Bodine get ready? Bends in there for strike 1. All the numbers of the comebacks and the 7th inning and the batting average after. All of a sudden, there's cheers for Coastal. Bodine golfs one to left center. Stanfield is there. What a bumpy College World Series for Caden Bodine at the plate and behind the plate.
Well, Sykes gets a hanging slider, really the first one we've seen like that from Anthony Ianson all ball game. A slider just begging to be ripped, and boy did Wells Sykes deliver a rocket into the left center field seats. Coastal pulls within 2, and now we're going to get action from the bullpen as Coastal has chased Anthony Ianson from this ball game.
The big righty who throws with hard velocity. Chase Shores is going to come in. We'll see 98 to 100 from Shores, but we'll see a rousing ovation for Anthony Ianson when he walks off the field and the mound here in Omaha. Listen to the applause.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon, only in theaters.
Or brain with Allegra versus some allergy medications during rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy. But Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this.
Woo! We're nailing it.
Yeah, come on. Like a boss. Right on time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference. Available at Walmart. It's a no-brainer.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
The Leaves haven't given up 3 runs and 7 hits. But between the two of them, awfully good. 19 strikeouts, only 1 walk for Ianson, which stands out in the ability to make sure that Coastal doesn't take advantage of base runners. They did have a bunch. Sebastian Alexander against Chase Shores. First pitch, good charge that time by Jones, not letting it hit the ground for the second time in a 1 pitch. Alexander retired.
We talked about the velocity. That's the first place you go with Chase Shores. It's a fastball that could get up north of 100 miles an hour. 99 to start right there for the 6'8 sophomore from Midland, Texas. Slider as well, and that often is the key for Shores. If he can land the slider, that fastball plays up even more. 1 pitch, 1 out after trotting out of that LSU bullpen.
5-3 ball game. Coastal needs to win to stay alive, force a game 3 tomorrow. And there is that 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Shores. Talk about projectable. 6'8", 252 with 100. Develop a second and third pitch. 0-1 to Barthel. Late.
Yeah, I don't think it'll take long for Mr. Shores to find himself in a big league bullpen.
The 0-2. He chased it. That's 101. 1 pitch ground out, 3 pitch strikeout, but it is a new ball game, KP.
Yeah, 1 swing changes it right here. Wells Sykes out of the 9-hole. Got to break a ball up in the zone. Just his 4th home run of the year, but enough to bring it back within 2.
ESPN's presentation of the Men's College World Series on ABC will return after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, only in theaters.
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot. just so back.
At Powering Chicago, we power what matters. From the most mission-critical projects like hospitals, transportation hubs, and data centers, IBEW Local 134 electricians and the Electrical Contractors Association build the complex systems Chicagoland relies on. Experience the expertise a Powering Chicago member can bring to your next project with a commitment to safety and training. Find your next electrical contractor at poweringchicago.com. We power what matters.
All right, we got ourselves a Game 7 tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time on ABC. NBA Countdown, 7 Eastern Time. It is presented by DoorDash, 7:30 to start. All right, boys. Thunder 36-6 on their home court. Oklahoma City ranked 6th in the league, averaging 14.5 made threes. Games haven't been exactly close, but now you got a Game 7. Look forward to seeing that one. First, this one. We're in the top of the 8th. LSU's got a 5-3 lead. Chris Stanfield looks at one a little inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Now KP, as you've said, the all-important 0 has to be put up by Coastal. And he gets the call right at the knees, does Horn.
Nice job there by Bodine. That's the one his sinker ball right-hander has to have.
And another one. Exact same spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hyacinth's got them within 6 outs of another World Series title. Chris Stanfield delivered one of the big hits for the Tigers today. He had that single knocked in 2 in that 4-run 4th on a 2-2. He is gone. Really good pitching that time by Horn after falling behind 2-0.
This bullpen's been outstanding for Coastal. They've come in and held it right here, and you can see Stanfield just kind of stands up on this breaking ball. He's expecting 2-seamer, phrases him with a slider, stays over the inside part. Now back-to-back strikeouts for Horn.
When you're running 2-seamers in on the hands of right-handers and then you can front door a breaking ball, you're going to get a lot of takes that look like that.
Ball 1.
One ball, 1 strike. It's a good one here. Horn. Whoa, Bodine came out and slid right into him. I'm not sure he had a play on it.
Horn's the only one who's got a chance.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he throws Matt anyway because Dickinson got out of the box well. But the only guy in the field that has a chance to make this play is the pitcher.
And he gets his hand on it, KP, like he's about to make this play, and Bodine slides right into him. And, man, Danny Dickinson continues to put the inside game on display. He has had some really nice bunts, but I don't know why Bodine didn't give way. Pitcher's got his, he was going to miss it anyway, but maybe because again,
I think he's getting out of the way because he didn't want to get spiked.
Yeah.
That's interference.
Steal in second. They call interference. You can hear it right away. So the Angel Campos, you could hear it as soon as he saw the catcher get up.
That's interference right here.
Yeah, he was on that one early as Braswell
right
goes
there
over top the plate.
Yep.
Dickinson off the base. It's a big play. He had an attempt to get down to second in scoring position with just a 2-run lead. Braswell's going to get a hit into left field, and a standing ovation from the LSU faithful. And maybe all that encouragement and the kids asking for the autographs yesterday after the game have lifted Braswell to a hit.
Good for Michael Braswell.
Yep.
I'm sure, a big burden off of his back. A slider that is working towards the outer third, and Braswell's, man, he stays over that one, and thanking the Lord that he finally got his first hit of the College World Series.
First hit since May 30th. And now Curiel. 0-1, you can tell too. The crowd's still a lot more engaged with just a 2-run lead instead of a 4-run lead. Here at Charles Schwab. That's outside. Bodine can't handle it. Boy, he's had so many curious plays behind the plate. Whiffing on balls, in and out of the glove. That play where he slid right into Horn.
That one almost looked like maybe he got crossed up. He got crossed up which way he wanted to catch it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
A gentle formula is comforting, especially one designed to help ease fussiness, crying, gas, and spit up. Try today.
There's his father, Rob, in amongst those, wearing the teal. That is in there. What a pitch and what a job by Darren Horn. Boy, since the 4th inning for LSU, nothing but bagels are hung on that board. All zeros. 5-3 to the bottom of the 8th.
And Doug.
Looks like we've told people Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. For the last time. Goodbye, my friend. Huh. I thought it was deeper than that.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Jeff, you good? Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot. You're so back.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, only in theaters.
All right, fellas, we take a look at the Capital One rewarding performance, or performances in this case. It started last night. Cade Anderson had a special K performance. He K'd 10 in the game. So Cade got him off on the right foot. And today, Anthony Heinsohn kept that foot down on the gas. Right up until the very end where he gave up the homer.
Yeah, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch. It's as good a 1-2 punch you're going to see in the country. And it's a reason why LSU has gotten to this point. Ace, and they have looked apart this weekend.
Walker Mitchell tries to get it started. The first pitch from Big Chase Shores misses. 1-0. One base runner and a blast, and it's a whole new ball game. Mitchell 0 for 3 today. But the pitcher provides a lot of the power given Shores' velocity. And he gets that call at 99. Paint. Yep.
Ooh. Keeping it simple so far. Just grab it, throw it hard at the catcher.
Now Johnson has Kason Evans and Cooper Williams warming up. We've talked a lot about a script. The script has Evans if they led by 2 after the 6th inning, which is the current situation.
Yeah, Kason Evans is going to pitch in this game. I think the only question is when at this point.
Couple of sliders, 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He goes with the fastball again at 101. And the wind may have actually increased the speed of that.
Wow. Yeah, he's throwing downhill downwind right now.
Tailwind.
And the warning track wind just dusted up. We had ourselves a little. People in the front row got dusted right there.
Sunglasses mandatory. Good battle going on here. Mitchell, another foul ball.
Just fighting to get that leadoff man on. That thing started last inning for Coastal. They were able to push 2 more across. Mitchell has fouled off some tough ones here against Shores.
They've been without their head coach since the bottom of the 1st inning. Kevin Schnall thrown out of the game for arguing and then continuing to argue. The 1-2 set up way outside. That's where it goes, and he doesn't offer. Mitchell has contributed his fair share to the hit by pitches, 30 of them this year.
This is a heck of an AB being put together here by Walker Mitchell. I mean, he is just hanging in there on everything Shores has to offer.
Walker's dad, Alan, played in the CWS for South Carolina back in 1985. The dad also played quarterback for the Gamecocks in '84, led him to a 10-win season. He is out of there on strikes. Walker's been without his dad. He passed away when he was just 8 years old, but 40 years later on Father's Day, Mitchell was playing in the same College World Series that his dad did for South Carolina. That Shores at his best, though, right there on the outside corner to pick up the strikeout.
Think his dad faced 101 that year? Probably not.
No.
That was a heck of an at-bat right there.
Yeah, the slider works as well as Pato misses.
Well, you could just see it coming with Chase Shores. It started in Hoover when you could really start to see them build their trust in his ability to handle the back end of ball games, and they have continued to give him chances. It wasn't always perfect here down the stretch. He had a rough one against Little Rock, but
he's found it.
Yeah, you see the confidence growing, and the arm talent's undeniable.
That'll bump your confidence up. You're dotting 101 glove side.
Just missed. We were here a couple years ago. Remember Griff McGarry?
Oh yeah.
You're looking at another kind of Griff McGarry story here with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, Shores was pretty famous, but went through an arm injury and now is coming. He's going to be a very interesting draft because the arm strength is undeniable.
Yes, right there, a slider. He picks up another punch out. On a drooling scale, I think the scouts would be drooling quite a bit watching this right now.
Pretty good combo. And again, this is, I mean, 100, 101, that's tough enough to hit on its own. But when you have the ability to do this, and that's when the Shores has gotten so much better at that over the last few months, then that fastball plays up. and you can get swing and miss on that pitch, it's off the plate. Pretty impressive start here in the 8th. Now Shores has struck out 3 in a row.
Now Thorndike, 2 down, bottom 8.
0-1.
I mean, in a vacuum, you can see how this, for LSU, could have been closer stuff. In short bursts, 101 slider. Backing up on the 2-hopper, Dickinson. And LSU 3 outs away from their 8th College World Series championship. They are starting to sense it here and in Baton Rouge, the Bayou. Are they getting ready for another Selly?
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Only in theaters.
Jeff, you good? Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot, you're so back.
At Powering Chicago, we power what matters. From the most mission-critical projects like hospitals, transportation hubs, and data centers, IBEW Local 134 electricians and the Electrical Contractors Association build the complex systems Chicagoland relies on. Experience the expertise a Powering Chicago member can bring to your next project with a commitment to safety and training. Find your next electrical contractor at poweringchicago.com. We power what matters.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. It's not a cliche, it's a too real and too raw sports truth. Celebration always shares its space with sorrow, elation equaled by anguish. The dream only a few steps away from the nightmare. That's why the winners always console the losers, because in this game, everyone is destined to spend time on both sides of a post-game picture.
Absolutely. Another great Ryan McGee essay. And that is fact. You play sports long enough, you're going to experience the agony and the ecstasy. And right now, Coastal's got to battle back against LSU. It is a 5-3 ball game. They got 2 in the 7th inning. And now they're bringing on their stopper to make sure it stays just at 5. Ryan Lynch, just a third of an inning here in Omaha. Got a save against Oregon State. But every other time that he's pitched, he hasn't given up anything.
No, these are microscopic numbers, folks. Over the course of the year, 31 innings, 35 strikeouts, a .58 ERA.
There's our guy. She's not afraid.
Confirmed it's a shirt. Revy, I know you were worried.
Fry saw that one, and that one saw the hole, and it gets through, and a leadoff single for Ethan Fry here in the top of the 9th.
So a leadoff base hit against a guy that hasn't given up a run since March 22nd, just out of the reach of Walker Mitchell. And KP, that's how your ERA gets microscopic. You go a few months without, like 3 months without giving up a run. That'll
tends to help the numbers.
That'll do some good for ERA. But he's got his hands full here. Leadoff base runner and the middle of this LSU lineup.
Tell you what helps your numbers. Ethan Fry came in hitting a .43. He's got 3 hits today. Now Milam. Milam's hit came in the 1st inning. Coastal defense has turned 56 double plays. And when you add the one they got earlier today on that 6-4-3, now 57 double plays on the season. That's a good pitch, which to the rest of the field, that's a lot. 57 double plays. It's sort of the blessing is they've done it. The curse is they've had runners on to do it.
Yeah, I think, though, that this Coastal staff has a lot more sinker slider than maybe we see in some of the power conference teams. So that's a big part of their defense. They got to be able to roll the double play.
Two errors for Coastal today. Another part of their success has been their ability not to hurt themselves. They generally play clean. Murray State, when they came, there was a clean playing team here. Outside. Do little things right. When you don't have every one of those blue chip folks coming down to Conway, South Carolina, to make sure that we don't hurt ourselves. Slider got Milam, and he is gone for the first out of the ninth.
That's what Lynch hangs his hat on, is that slider to both righties and lefties. It was what Fry hit to left for the single to lead it off. Milam just fouled one off before, and that time couldn't get a piece.
A couple of walks, a run scored, and 2 strikeouts for Jake Brown. That ball is hit pretty well on a line to center field. Sykes got a good read on it. The wind knocked it down, but he's able to stick with it. And a 105-mile-an-hour rocket ends up in the glove of Wells Sykes for the second out.
He's all smiles now. That was an uncomfortable chance out there. A ball that was dancing on him and smoked off the bat.
The crowd rises to its feet, recognizing this may be the last time they get a chance to cheer for this guy. The ballast of the LSU Tigers as position players go, Jared Jones. Hits it hard, another one to Sykes, coming in, slides and makes the play. Couple of line drive outs, sets the stage for the bottom of the ninth inning. Coastal needing a couple to keep this thing going. Mijos already with a homer today. Dooley and Sykes also a homer today.
Jeff, you good? Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, you're so back.
At Powering Chicago, we power what matters. From the most mission-critical projects like hospitals, transportation hubs, and data centers, IBEW Local 134 electricians and the Electrical Contractors Association build the complex systems Chicagoland relies on. Experience the expertise a Powering Chicago member can bring to your next project with a commitment to safety and training. Find your next electrical contractor at poweringchicago.com. We power what matters.
Well, the home runs for Coastal, and there haven't been many this World Series, but 2 today. Dean Mijos out of the 7th spot, just his 3rd this season. And then Wells Sykes, who was sitting on 3, hit his 4th. Those 2 runs in the 7th have made it very interesting as we begin the bottom of the 9th inning. Kyle Peterson, Chris Burke, Chris Budden, Carl Ravitch. Here it is for Coastal Carolina. And LSU doesn't lose when they have 2-run lead or more into the 9th inning. 114 straight wins. You got to go back to 2022, the year before they won their 7th World Series title. They leave Shores in the game. It has been the bottom of the order for Coastal that has done the damage in this game. And all you need is one base runner. That's strike one at 101. A little bit high. And that is a leadoff single. Mijos took the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, waited on it, and now the tying run is set to come to the plate.
Boy, that was special right there, KP. The ability to get to the top of that fastball. That's how you draw it up as an offense. And now here we go. Here's the scenario. A knock and somebody runs one out of here. You just never know.
Credit Mijos too. It was 3 straight fastballs on the outside part of the plate. That one got it elevated enough. He could shoot it to right. Give Coastal a chance here in the 9th.
For the shortstop, Dooley.
KP, does the wind blowing out to left change the way you call this pitch sequence? Do you avoid the fastball away here?
No, you go to what your best stuff is on the mound.
Dooley's got 6 homers. Papers blowing all over here as the wind gusts again. The 0-1. Lands another one at 99 to get ahead 0-2. There have been so many instances of strange things happening on this field late in games. Will not chase.
Ty Dooley, 6 home runs on the season. 3 of those have gone to the opposite field. So capable of maybe catching one to the backside. Question is, can he catch up to it enough to square it up at 100, 101 miles an hour?
Shores looks over at Mijos. Ready on a 1-2. Chased it. He got him swinging at 100. 2 to go. The answer to your question was no. A rising fastball from Shores. This is an interesting matchup as Wells Sykes, the right-handed hitter, comes up. He hit his first home run since April 5th. That came against Arkansas State. The last one was a low liner, which didn't get impacted too dramatically by the wind. Strike one.
If you're right-handed hitters, you got to be looking fastball away, because that Shores has lived there since he's come in against righties. He has hammered that glove side fastball.
This could be 2 and the game. Dickinson, Milam, and that's it. Tiger Town is Title Town again, as the boys bring the 8th World Series title back to the Bayou.
Don't let bad breath ruin your dreams. Minty's, vet recommended.
He does it in a 3-year span. And the dog pile and subsequent celebration in the middle of the field for the LSU Tigers. Eight national titles, a 53-win season. The SEC has made it 6 consecutive College World Series crowns. We're going down to Chris as we take a look at this year's Capital One Tournament Most Outstanding Players.
Congratulations, boys. I want to start with you, Cade. You dreamed of wearing this jersey. You dreamed of bringing home a championship. How does the dream stack up to the reality right now?
Yeah, I mean, can't really talk right now. It's been a pleasure.
What can you say about what this guy gave you today on the mound?
He gave us a chance. That's all you can ask for. Sorry. That's all you can ask for.
What are the emotions like?
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true.
Anthony, for you, last time out here wasn't your best performance. What was the mindset and the emotions like when you took the mound today to send your team to a national championship?
Try not to cuss, but win this damn game right now.
On the other side, what did this guy give you in game 1?
Man, Cade Anderson, I said it already, just being himself, giving us a chance today, and I just knew when we showed up here, this is going to be the outcome.
When you look around at this group, what has made wearing the purple and gold so special for this 2025 team?
Yeah, everybody just coming together as a group and a team, just being themselves. I mean, that's what led us here, and we didn't have to change anything being here on this field.
Last one, it's for you guys both. 8 national championships for LSU, 2 in the last 3 years. What does that say about the dominance of LSU baseball?
This is the place to be. Come on now.
Yeah, I think LSU is used to this by now. It's number 8. I'm sure next year will be number 9, but just looking forward to celebrating this one with the boys, and just super proud of everyone that kind of made this happen.
Congratulations, guys.
Oh man, that is an unbelievable sight right there. Skip Bertram, who won 5. He's created this entire dynasty, and that's what it is. 2 in the last 3 years, 8 overall, trips to Omaha in half the 40 seasons, 20 times the last 40 years.
4-6-3 to finish it off, and Chase Shores got entrusted with the opportunity to close this game out, and boy, did he slam the door shut, KP.
Yeah, pretty impressive. I mean, we talk so much about Anderson Ianson, and we should. I mean, that is what allowed LSU to get to this point, save their bullpen. You could go longer with Shores today. You just trust in your eyes at that point because Shores have been so dominant. And Dickinson to Milam to Jones finishes off the 8th national title for the Tigers.
Yeah, they'll be saying that for a while. Dickinson to Milam to Jones. They'll also now etch the names Curiel, Fry, Milam, Brown, Jones, Hernandez, Stanfield, Dickinson, and Braswell into the history books. And the man who orchestrates it and has a penchant for perfection is down with KB.
Coach, as I'm standing here, you just go, wow, and keep shaking your head. What's going through that brain?
I'm just so proud. This is a team. Like, our whole motto for the year was toughen together, and that's what they did from August 26th till now. And just incredibly proud. It's only 12 returning players. It's 10 players from the transfer portal. It's 2 JC players and 10 freshmen. And that collection of talent not just became a team, but it became a family.
You had some pretty incredible performances while you were out here. We saw Cade's performance yesterday. This team was built differently than 2023. What made this group different and special to be able to hold up that trophy?
Well, don't get me wrong. There's superstars on this team. There's major leaguers on this team. The 2 guys that towed the rubber for us in this series are major leaguers. And then how about Chase Shores? What a special performance to end it. But like I said, team over me, toughen together.
Skip Bertman's here today. I think he was on the field here somewhere. A guy that really put this program on the map. I know that you guys have developed a special relationship. What's it been like to win some national championships with him out here today?
Indescribable. He's my best friend now. He's my mentor. I love you, Coach, wherever you're at.
Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
KB, he's in the middle of the celebration as well. Let's get a final thought back up here. KP, you start.
One, it's great to see Skip out there. Yeah. It's been a rough year. He lost his wife, and obviously he's the architect of this, but it is pretty amazing the consistency of this program through different coaches, through years, through different styles of baseball. The one thing that remains is one of the greatest fan bases in all of college baseball. They showed up again today, and I got a feeling it's not going to be quiet in Baton Rouge tonight.
And hats off to Coastal Carolina. Just an incredible season, a 26-game winning streak. Back to the College World Series final for the second time since 2016. So hats off to the Coastal guys, but LSU continues to be the gold standard in college baseball.
Well, the gold standard for directors is Scott Johnson, and this will be his final College World Series broadcast after 35 years. He's the Berman for us. He has set the bar so high, and we appreciate that very much. Congratulations again to LSU, your 2025 Men's College World Series champions. Our entire crew featuring Chris Budden, Chris Burke, Kyle Peterson, and those that work during the day and night, Mike Monaco, Ben McDonald, Eduardo Perez, and Danny Wexelman. Everybody behind the scenes, thank you so much for making this such a joy. Tigers are winners. For the guys up here in the booth, KP, Chris Burke, Chris Budden, I'm Carl Ravitch saying thanks for joining us here in Omaha. Back to the Bayou with trophy number 8.
The 75th year of this event in Omaha, Nebraska.
This is the best 2 weeks in all of sports.
From the top of my head to the soles of my feet.
8 teams have reached the ultimate destination.
It's baseball heaven here. Well struck, and it is gone! Deep and out of here!
Go get it, young man, huh?
We are the chosen ones.
Swing and a miss! Absolutely electric greatness from Gage! A no-hitter!
We're on the road.
Louisville lives! The teal is for real. 26 in a row. LSU is on to the finals.
The agony of defeat.
LSU baseball, just unbelievable.
LSU and Coastal Carolina.
You have what it takes.
He got him. A complete game shutout for Cade Anderson. Coastal Carolina trying to save the season. Oh my goodness, he just threw Kevin Schnall out of the game.
The Tigers got it all going downhill right now, boys.
Popeyes brings you Bowl Louisiana Crunch, wrapped up and ready to roll. Our hand-breaded chicken tenders wrapped in a flour tortilla with lettuce, cheese, and pickles prove that big flavors come in small packages.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Your brain with Allegra versus some allergy medications during rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy. But Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this.
Woo! We're nailing it.
Yeah, come on. Like a boss. Right on time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference. Available at Walmart. It's a no-brainer.
Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. The sweet scent of a honeymoon in Fiji. Moisturized with vitamin B3.
You better not be using all the Old Spice.
Ooh, can you get my bag?
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
I
I'd do anything.
Let's put magic fairy dust on Murphy and Buzz so we can play together forever.
Wait, I have a better idea. Let's go to PetSmart. Check out Hill Science Diet. It's formulated for long, healthier lives.
Nice. PetSmart. Anything for pets.